That's what you're used to in the cog belt. It's been used in the industry for the past 50 years. It's what's called chloroprene or neoprene. It allows the belt to, the cogs allow it to be flexible, but that's what the belt's made of. And your wrap belts are actually made of that. They just have a nylon wrap around it. That's the new stuff. And the Vaticulum pad carries that belt. You know, that is EPDM. It is much more durable than your standard chloroprene design, and you'll feel the difference between it.
Is it softer?
No, actually, if you put a durometer on that, that's harder than that chloroprene belt. But it's a different material completely.
So it's got more pliability then.
That's exactly it. So, you know, it's more durable, because the cords inside both belts are exactly the same. The cords are the same, but it's the material of that. That's more durable. That also goes to a much higher temperature range. That old chloroprene belt will start to decay at about 120 degrees. That's when the belt starts to decay because it's so hot. EPDM will go to 260 degrees. So in this type of environment here, you definitely want EPDM belts. Now, the other thing is the flexibility. You felt the difference in that? If there's a backside idler or tension on there, that's much more forgiving than the old chloroprene design. But the real key to that is you take that chloroprene belt and you wrap it around the pulley. That takes about 8% of the energy off the motor just to turn the belt around the pulley. Just takes 8% of that. If it was a wrap belt, it would be like 12% of it. You use EPDM, you're down to 3%. So in reality, what you get with that is you, excuse me, you also get an energy savings. You use less energy on that. And yeah, I know. We actually have got a different type of demo unit. It just shows the energy savings. It reads out energy savings on that. But we did that presentation to the University of Michigan to show them the energy savings. And 5 minutes into it, they stopped us. They went and got the associate dean of the engineering school to come down and take a look at it to make sure we weren't blowing smoke. You know, everything that I've just said about the energy savings has also been certified by the University of Nebraska. Their whole engineering department has gone through everything and tested it and everything. So you do have an energy savings on that. And we actually have an energy company up in Michigan or Minnesota, one of those cold states, you know, that would give a rebate to the service guys if they bought cog belts over wrap belts, because a cog belt is it uses less energy because of the flexibility you have with that. They've now changed that to say, no, you get a rebate if you buy the Bestorq X5, because ours is just so much better than even, say, the Gates cog belts. And Gates is EPDM. You know, there's EPDM, ours is EPDM. The difference, how much EPDM you put in it. They put more fillers into theirs, keep the cost down. You know, we put more EPDM in ours, and our cost is still less than theirs.
What's the price difference?
The price difference between
The belts here, the old style and the new style.
there is no price difference. Basically, the old style doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
We just, next generation. That's essentially what it is. So there's no price difference with us. Between us and the other guys, there's a price difference. You'll get a savings with it, because all we do is belts. We don't do hose, we don't do conveyor belting, we don't do sheet rubber, we don't have a tire division. We just do V-belts and timing belts. That's all we do. So we keep the costs down from that standpoint.
Do you do supercharger belts too?
No, Gary.
We'll talk about that later. I'm sorry.
Actually, we do. I do too.
Your owner said he was going to help me out, so.
He can.
Yeah.
There's certain belts that those superchargers use that are just standard, what we call HTDs. You know, if it's a poly chain, I can't help you with that yet. But if it's a 14 millimeter HTD belt, you know, good size wide one, yeah.
As long as it can handle over 20 pounds of boost.
We got a number that use on superchargers, you know, so.
So now we're talking about supercharging, is there a meeting on?
Yeah, we changed. The bottom line, guys, is make sure you guys are tensioning belts. That's it, tension. When you think it's tight enough, crank it some more. You can't hurt it. You really can't hurt it. So So the key there is tensioning the belts. And remember, and I guarantee you, if you go back and look at a belt that you've got tension, and you go back and look at it 72 hours, it's going to be loose on that pulley. If your guys are rolling belts on, there's no way that belt is tensioned, you know. And if they're using a pry bar and trying to get them on, there's a good chance they're snapping cords. And once you start snapping cords, now you have a rubber band. Now that belt will stretch because the cords will just, now you have rubber and it will stretch on that. So make sure they're not rolling belts on. Do you guys use belt dressing? All right, I like that. It's good because belt dressing is just a solvent. It breaks down the rubber, makes it tacky, stops squealing because it's sticking to the pulley, you know, but it's breaking down the rubber. So if you guys are rolling belts on or, you know, prying them on and snapping cords and they're using belt dressing, I love those guys because you're just going to have to buy a lot more belts, you know. But other than that, the key is tension the belt. And